I want to welcome everybody here on a Friday afternoon. This is going to just be a short video, but I've had this question asked, and I wanted to come on live and give you an answer as to how I became a medical coder. And for those that don't know who I am Faye Kelly, and I am the author of our medical coding curriculum at CareerWize. So what I want you to know how I got started is I got started over 40 years ago. I got started at our local hospital. The director of nursing lived next door to us, and she was one of my mom's best friends. I actually hadn't considered a career or even a job at a hospital, but she insisted that I go for an interview, and I did, and I got the job, and it was in medical records. So medical records now referred to as health information management, but back in the day it was medical records. So I got a job. I mean, I was filing, I was assembling records, I was doing all the basic, which I think is great because I've been at the levels that I feel like has helped me to grow to be who I am today. So within the first few months, I was given an ICD book, and I'm not even going to tell you what version it was because it was definitely before ICD-10. I was given the book and I loved it. I mean, just taking a diagnosis of dehydration and putting a number beside it, you know, it was put there for statistical purposes, okay? But as coding revolutionized back around 79 and 80, it became important. The coder's position, the coder's role, the coder's even salary changed drastically as the importance of coding changed, because now our coding was what represented our reimbursement. Coding drove reimbursement. And so we had to learn a new way to code. We had to learn how to drive it to be not just for the money, of course, but to make sure that our coding was accurate and that we were assigning the correct diagnosis as the first listed, because that's what was driving the money. And, you know, if you've got a very sick patient and you're putting them down as dehydration when inevitably it was an MI that brought them in, and that's really why they're here, that reimbursement's affected tremendously because all that resource intense that was to treat the MI, you're losing dollars because I might have assigned dehydration as primary. That's a good example of, or a quick example off the top of my head of how important it became. Well, the credentials and all I didn't have. I was just medical records, and I was a coder, but I was blessed at the very first hospital to be given the opportunity to go to school and obtain my RHIT, Registered Health Information Technician from AHIMA. And as time went on, and I never let go of the coding. I loved it. I loved the education behind it. I love the fact that you're taking a person's chart. You're taking a record of stay, because you're getting the record at the time of discharge. You're going through that chart page by page, and you're looking at the diagnosis that the physician documented, and you're saying, okay, hey, I see this. You're piecing together a picture, like painting a picture is what I used to say. Is you're painting the picture to the insurance company, to the World Health Statistics, to your county statistics, to all the organizations that drive healthcare safety, healthcare reimbursement, the population of what's going on geographically in our area of the world versus your area of the world. It's a driving force. And as a coder, you're the driver. So you want to be the best driver you can be. All right. So I kept my skills. I obtained my CCS, which is your Certified Coding Specialist degree from AHEMA. And since that time, coding just continues with ICD-10. It continues to excite and bring to healthcare a reward. So you as a coder are actually doing more than just assigning numbers. You are one of the most important pieces of healthcare because of what you do at your desk when you're going through that patient's record. That's how I became a medical coder. It's basically because it's my passion. It's not something that I outlined myself to do back when I was graduating high school. I'd never heard of it. But once I went to work at the hospital and I was given a book, and then back then, like I said, it wasn't that important. You just assigned a number. And then I continued to grow in it. And I have been blessed because the hospitals that I did work for before I went into consulting were absolutely phenomenal in the support they gave me to obtain my education and my credentials to become the certified coder that I am, and to try and be the best I can be at not only now a coder, but also a teacher. And that's my passion. That's what I want to talk to you about. If you think it's your passion, if you're interested in a medical coding career and you think that might be a destination that you're wanting to look into, then please give me a call. I'm going to give you our number. It's 888-949-3225. If I don't answer, then whoever answers, just ask them to have me call you, or either if you get the voicemail, leave a message with your name and number, and I will call you back very soon. But basically, I was handed a code book. I fell in love with it. And I think you will too. If you've got any desire to talk to me, I'm here. Because thank goodness I had someone that talked to me at the very beginning of my career that encouraged me to do this. And I don't regret it, and I thank her to this day. So it's Friday, it's the end of the week for most of us. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful and safe weekend. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.